My name is Sarah Peterson. This is my husband, Eric Peterson. We have 3 children. Gabriel is 9, Addison is 8, and Michael is 5.
We came from west central Illinois, just west of Peoria, Illinois. Sarah is actually from South Dakota originally, and she moved to west central Illinois when she was 12. Sarah, one day after work, we were just talking, and we felt like God was leading us in a different direction to make a change. She had suggested maybe going and visiting Alabama one time. On Memorial Day weekend, we decided to come down and visit. And Sarah had actually lined up a job interview during that visit. We toured around, got to really know the area, went to the Eastern Shore, just really fell in love with the area. When we were trying to decide where to go to church and everything, I started doing some research on churches in the area. And Coastal caught my eye. There were a lot of different things that really drew me to it. You guys were in Daphne, which is where we were going, what your core values were, what your mission statement, and to be honest, I even liked their name, just because it was Coastal, and that's one of the reasons why we were coming down here, was to be close to the coast.
That was our first service, was the first Wednesday, and it had us hooked.
Yeah.
We loved it. It was very powerful and very moving, and we never looked anywhere else after that. It was one of those things you just knew.
Before we even got here, we went home, we prayed, we put our house on the market. So we sold it in 4 days, we closed on it in less than 20, and the day that we closed on it, I made my way down here, and Sarah came down the following day. So
I missed car problems.
Yeah.
Lots of car problems.
Yeah.
Coming down here, we knew we had a lot to figure out. Our oldest son had cancer, so we had to figure out how we were going to continue his care, which, he's doing very well. He's been cancer-free for 2.5 years. And then our daughter has autism, so we knew we were going to need to find a good school for her. But one of our biggest struggles was just employment. I had a job over in Mobile, and at first I thought it was a dream job, and obviously it didn't work out over here, but it led me to the cafe, which is where I really, really enjoy working. I get to do what I love there, and I get to be have a ministry there as well. But a lot of it was a huge transition. We went from having 2 really high-paying, high-stress jobs, which is one of the reasons why we left, was we needed to calm down and spend more time on what matters, our family, our relationship, and getting back to who we needed to be. When we moved down, we thought it would be easy for him to find work, and it wasn't. Yeah,
and it was a struggle, and it was very humbling. A lot of interviews that I went through, that I thought the interviews went really well, and they probably did go well, but they just, I wasn't selected. As a father and a husband, I was really kind of feeling like a failure. Sarah was very supportive in that time, and the people from my friends from the church, my life group, were very supportive, and helped me get through that. God works on His time and not on ours. He does provide, and He's provided for us. The day I was moving in, when I was carrying up some boxes, my neighbor next door in the apartment right next to me was coming down, and I just said hello. And when we went to church that following Sunday, I didn't even make the connection because I had met so many people since I'd been there in the 4 days. The exact same guy came up to me and reintroduced himself to me, and we started talking again. We literally lived right next to each other, and so we really struck up a friendship, and he invited me to his life group, which I think started a week after that first Sunday. And as I was struggling and trying to find work, it helped me through that. Because there were a couple times where I woke up in the middle of the night and I was having a hard time sleeping, and I'd go out and I'd work on my lesson, and from that I realized, it's like, I know you feel like a failure, but you're not. I got this. I brought you guys down here for a reason.
I got to join in on spring semester with lots of prompting from him. He's like, you really got to do it. You really got to do it. So I got involved in a group, and I didn't want to open up. I didn't want to share everything. But as it went on, it got a little easier to share it. And by the time we had the life retreat, it was just complete eye-opening. Completely changed the way I view myself. It gave me encouragement. When we get to a point where things aren't going right, or things are starting to get hard, something always comes up that turns it around. We've been through our share of struggles, and God's always got us through.
So the church and our friends have really helped us out through this. We can't say thank you enough.
And so they had every excuse to grow bitter and be a taker, but the business office informed us a couple of weeks ago, these folks never miss their tithes and offerings. They put God first. And so because we know you guys, come on over. We know you guys are shopping for a really good used car, and we did some research and we found out how much the tags and registration are. And so we wanted to give you a check for the tags and registration for when you get it. So it's right there. Yeah, give it up for them. Oh, and I hope you don't mind. We went ahead and bought the car for you too. We can hardly keep it secret. Hey, come on! Tonight, Tamika drove over from Mobile to deliver our wings, and we love her and we want to bless her, right? I mean, because he who delivers the chicken deserves a special blessing. Come on. Tamika, our church has been praying about this, planning this for several months. And we called Brian and those guys and said, man, you got anybody that we can bless? And you were at the top of the list. So tonight, before you leave, we're going to give you $1,000 in cash. But here's the thing. We couldn't just do this, just us, all right? So you heard tonight that it's better to give than to receive. So tonight, I want to open this up to anybody else want to come up here and bless Tamika. We got a grand right here in cash. You guys gave an additional in, what do you call it? Like 2 minutes. You gave an additional $409.